What is the connection between Judaism and Satanism? Let's start a couple hundred years ago, and to be precise, about 9 generations back. Okay, we're going to go to Russia. We're going to go to that area of Europe up there, and something was developing. We know the Crusades went on their expedition to try to retake Jerusalem. They held it for 3 days, and then they were overthrown by the Arabs. We also know that they went through Europe and they killed many Jews and raped and pillaged many towns on the way. There are very horrific descriptions of how they killed the Jews, how they sewed a rat into the stomach of a woman, and they did all kinds of very horrific things. At that time, the morale of the Jewish people was at an all-time low. Many of them lost relatives, and many have heard of the horrors of what happened with the Crusades. In all this turmoil, something sprouted, and that is the Baal Shem Tov. The Baal Shem Tov was the first European rabbi to take the secrets of the Bible and implement them into Judaism. And what he did was, at that time, there was a very big rift between the Talmidei Chachamim, the wise scholars in the Jewish world, and the simple folk, the farmers and the shopkeepers. And the wise scholars would always look down at the simple folk and say, "Oh, look at you! You're just so simple. You don't do anything. God doesn't love you. God doesn't care about you. You don't know how to learn the Bible, and etc. etc." But then the Baal Shem Tov came and said that actually maybe the simple Jew does not know how to learn the Bible very well, and you might not even know how to read. However, God listens to the simple man's prayer more than he listens to the intellectual man's prayer. And the Baal Shem Tov spoke about this, and the Baal Shem Tov in general was a man that everyone respected, and he gathered a following because he respected everyone. He respected every person for what he was good for. He never had a mission to step on other people. He created his image and he created his legacy by uplifting anyone and everyone he came across. So to the sages and to the wise scholars, he outdid them in his scholarly work. And to the simple folk, he told them, "Don't worry, you are loved by God as much as anybody else. We're all children of God." And the Baal Shem Tov started this, and the way he was able to prove to the elderly sages that his teachings are correct and they've been missing out on the way they've been learning is by opening up the secrets of the Bible. Now, the secrets of the Bible have been passed down for generations within Judaism. It was just that not everyone was learning it. At the time the Baal Shem Tov started teaching the secrets of the Bible, or Kabbalah as they call it, or Hasidic philosophy, at that time the Sephardic Jews, which were hanging out in Morocco, Turkey, Israel, and so on and so forth, they already have been studying the Zohar and other works of the secrets of the Bible. Well, the secrets of the Bible are the soul and of the Bible, and they actually explain you the inner workings of the human being and the inner workings of the worlds, of heaven and earth and everything and how it works. And it really brings a certain kind of calm and solidarity, and it gives you much more to work with. It's very similar actually to people with their learning about which month they were born in and which luck they have and that kind of thing. So it's very similar to that. There's the 10 ingredients that God created the world with, and there's it's a long process. We're not here to teach Kabbalah right now or Hasidic philosophy. We're just here to talk about the satanic element. So far, no Satanism in Judaism, but there was one thing that was actually brewing, and that was Shabtai Tzvi. In today's layman terminology, we would call him a manic depressed individual. He was on a high. He was saying things. He had the all the symptoms of someone that completely fell overboard mentally, and he said that he's Mashiach, he's Messiah, and he created a traction, he created a following, and then the Turks grabbed him and they told him, or you convert to Islam, or we kill you. And he converted to Islam, and he wasn't really very popular after that. So the Jews that were Orthodox went back to studying and praying and doing good deeds, and the non-religious Jews were very, very upset that Mashiach, Messiah, was not revealed in their lifetime, and it was not Shabtai Tzvi. So they studied the Talmud, and there were two elements in the Talmud. It says in the Talmud that there are two ways to bring about the redemption. One is through a world which is all good, and the other one is a world which is all bad. Basically, a world which is all zakai, which means forgiven, and a world which is all chayav, which means a world that is all guilty. And it's almost like an example for that would be, there's two ways for a kid to get the attention of his father. One is if he falls and breaks his head, the father comes running in order to see what happened to his kid because he's screaming. And the other one is if the kid shows his father a nice piece of artwork, so the father's like, oh, that's so nice, right? So the secular Jews decided that they're going to work on the evil way, while the religious Jews work on the positive way. They're going to try to destroy all the good in the world in order to bring about the redemption. And they basically started the Frankist movement. This is historically documented. You can check up on the Frankist movement and so on. And they started these groups and cults, which while the religious Jews were trying to give more charity every day, give charity and help the poor and do all the goodness and kindness and things like that, these secret cults that started from the Shabtai Tzvi started to do as much evil in the world as possible. They tried to go through all the transgressions in the Bible and do them on purpose. They started to do all kinds of satanic things. So they were going out trying to kill people and steal from people, and steal people. While the Jews were trying, the Orthodox Jews, oblivious to all this, are just trying to serve God as it says in the Bible. So this is really where Satanism meets Judaism. And at the time, those Jews may have had some Kabbalah incorporated into helping them do this evil work, but that's the bulk of it. Now, it's true that Jewish rabbis and Jewish leaders throughout the generations have had special powers, special energies, and special spells, mainly God's name, the Shem HaMafarish, the explicit name, which they could use in order to bend nature, in order to save the Jewish people. But this is like messing around with the code in your computer. This is very, very dangerous, and you can destroy your entire system if you do it. That's why the secret code, or the name of God, that can bend the rules of nature, is very, 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 very rare for it to be used, even to save the Jewish people. So that's that. Now, is there sorcery? What do you call sorcery? Anything that's supernatural is technically sorcery, I guess. So, I mean, meditation could be sorcery. A deep understanding of something might be considered sorcery for some. I mean, it is what it is. Now, why am I saying all this? Because I feel like, if you're in the Christian community and you're trying to self-medicate yourself with your own biases, and you're going into this Christian group, or you're going into some kind of conspiratorium, and you just want to re-emphasize all the things that you have in mind, then might work for you. But is it true that all Jews are Satanists? No. Is it true that even mainstream Judaism has anything to do with Satanism? No. There's actually much more satanic related material, propaganda, and all kinds of other things going on in Christianity than you'll find in Judaism. So Christianity is actually very, very saturated with satanic elements. Am I saying that Christianity is satanic? No. But if you take ultra-Orthodox Judaism today and you take Hasidic philosophy, it is almost void of Satanism, whereas Christianity has a bigger emphasis or discussion or battle with Satanism, and then you have the actual Satanism. So I think that that's just something that it's important. I mean, obviously, if you're just looking to protect your base and you happen to be part of the Christian base, so then your gut instincts will tell you that, yeah, we're the best. But you have to just remember that everyone thinks they're the best. You go to China, they think they're the best. You go to Japan, they think they're the best. We're all told that we're the best. But if we're looking for the truth, we have to learn to collaborate with each other and work with each other. And also know the truth, just know the truth to understand each of our values and what we're worth to each other. We need to understand each other better. So hopefully this clears up the concept of Judaism and Satanism. And I'm sorry to those who were expecting me to prove that Judaism is connected to Satanism. I'm sorry. I know I messed it up for you, but this is the truth, my brothers. And the truth is that Judaism has nothing against other faiths and other people. Judaism never tried to convert forcibly any other nation. We kind of mind our own business because we know it's hard to be a Jew. We don't wish it on anyone else. But that's what we're here for. We're here for God's people. We're the moral compass of the world. And if the world gives us the reins of justice and law, we may even actually help the world, especially now where nobody believes anymore in justice, in true justice or true law enforcement, in standard government. Maybe now is the time for the world to say, let's establish the Sanhedrin, the 70 Jewish scholars, which will interpret the Bible and spread the light of God in its truest, rawest form, and solve all world issues and create world peace. And so check us out at MN Global. MN is for Messiah News or Mashiach News Global.org.